Thank you for this invitation and having the chance to talk to you. I mean, luckily in Germany, we didn't have to shut down our main plant. So that was the first good thing, because our suppliers were able to deliver all the necessary goods, and the restrictions in Germany were not as strict as in other countries, for example, like in some parts of India. So we were more or less able to work as we always do. Also, our plant in Czech Republic was not really affected by restrictions. So also there we were working like normal. Only our Chinese factory in Shanghai, of course, was closed for several weeks, especially after Chinese New Year, due to the regulations of the Chinese government. But however, since beginning of March, because China was way earlier than the rest of the world, we were able to work normally again, also in China. So besides implementing some safety standards in our plants worldwide, there aren't any bigger side effects when it only comes to the manufacturing process. But of course, I mean, the crisis also has an impact of Mayer and Cie, on Mayer and Cie as well, as on the most companies worldwide, because of the worldwide lockdowns. I mean, that's pretty clear. I mean, due to the lockdown, for example, in our industry, people were not able to buy textiles because all the stores were closed. And that, of course, means that the textile plants, which are our customers, didn't get any orders, or at least very little orders. And yeah, of course, because of this situation, almost nobody was thinking about investing in new machinery, what absolutely makes sense to me. So since mid of March, when the lockdown took place country by country, we are suffering from very little order intakes. And yeah, to be honest, unfortunately, the situation remains the same till today. I mean, there is some let's say hope on the horizon, because we see that more and more textile mills are opening up again. But I'm afraid that this corona pandemic will guide us at least for the next few months as well. In the beginning, it was quite difficult because many customers had to shut down their plants for weeks. And some of them, by the way, are still not open. So it was kind of hard to reach them. But since a few weeks, as I said, customers are able to reopen again step by step. So I think, like everybody, we are trying to get in touch like we are doing right now, virtual, via conference, video conference meetings. And we also made some good experience with video conferencing in our own plant or in our own company, because of a lot of our employees are working from home right now. So that means that's the only way to stay in touch. And like I said, yeah, we made some good experiences. And for this reason, we want to engage with our customers together with our local agents, of course, via video conferencing. And as long as we are not able to travel, we think that this is the best, and I think also the only way to stay somehow connected to the customers. And there's also another side. I mean, when it comes to complications on the machines, like troubleshooting, then of course we still have the possibility to solve the problem remote. But of course, this is never like actually being at the customer's place in front of the machine, talking to the customer directly face to face. But it's definitely better than doing nothing. We definitely are thinking about doing some webinars for customers, or for the customers' technicians, to teach them some problems that we, I would say, face more or less all the time, like common problems. And this is something we are thinking about, and let's see if we are able to do this in a quality what makes sense. So we are still in an investigation period, let's say it like this. From my side, I only can say that Mayer and Cie will be a reliable and long-term thinking partner, also in these challenging times, not only in good times, also in the bad times. And our customers definitely can count on us, like always. So this is my only suggestion, that we are still open, and like in a marriage, it's not only the good times, it's also the bad times, and we are trying to help as good as we can. I have to say that Mayer and Cie products, I mean, can always help to reach customers' goals and targets, because I mean, we are a pretty old company, like more than 115 years of manufacturing know-how, R&D know-how, and we have very high quality standards. And our main aim is, of course, to even improve this year by year. But of course, I mean, like always, we are trying to develop new machinery what helps the customer. But in my opinion, it's also very important to work on our weaknesses, and every company has weaknesses. So to be honest, we are trying now to turn these weaknesses into our strengths. For example, in the last few months and even years, we were working hard on our e-commerce shop for spare parts. And in general, we are working hard to improve our spare parts availability in general. So our target is to reduce the waiting time for the spare parts dramatically, so that our customers won't have long downtimes on their machines, what makes the machines more efficient, of course. And another target for us is to reduce the time for customer individual technical solutions. So when the customer is asking for special solution, then sometimes we are kind of slow. So therefore, we were investing in some very complex IT solutions to improve, especially the data transfer between our sales and service departments and the R&D department, which is very important to speed up this whole process. So I'm very convinced that we did our homework during the crisis, but also before, so that when the world is going back to normal, we are able to offer our customer all the benefits what they deserve, of course. This is indeed a question that is so hard to answer, because I mean, the whole world is infected, and all the different industry sectors. I mean, as everybody knows, it's not a textile crisis, or it's not a European crisis, or an Asian crisis. So the whole world is involved. So it's not regional, it's worldwide. And that makes it very complex in this case, because you cannot hide everything, and everybody is infected. So let's say it that way. I hope that we can go back to normal within the next 3 or 4 months. But as a realistic person, I doubt that it can go that fast. So I'm afraid that in 2020, the situation will remain more or less the same, challenging for the rest of the year. And I think realistic, earliest by beginning of 2021, we could have something like normalcy again, maybe even later. But I mean, in this case, I would be very lucky to be mistaken. But I think that the main thing now for this crisis is to to stay positive, not to have always that bad thoughts in your mind, because I mean, there will definitely be a day where we can go back to normal, when economy is going up again. The question is, when is that day? I think it's going to be beginning of 2021, and as long as the economy is down, or we have this challenging in different times, the only way also to survive is to stay positive. There's no other way out. So I think this is something everybody should keep in mind. There were some demands for knitting machines, especially for companies who decided to make masks, for example. But I would say the majority of our customers, they said, okay, we are not able to produce T-shirts or sportwear or underwear or whatever. So let's use our existing machines to produce masks or other clothes you need in the medical sector. But the investments were pretty low. I would say we sold like 3 or 4 machines due to mass production. But like I said, the majority of our customers, they were using their existing machine park, what makes sense, of course, and they're trying to do whatever they need to do on these machines to do the masks or whatever. Actually, 2019 was not a really good year, to be honest, because the the trade war between China and the US was really slowing down our business. So also in 2019, we started to struggle a little bit, and actually by beginning of this year, order intakes were much better than in 2019. But then suddenly, as we just talked about, then Corona came and mixed it all up. But yeah, I would say that the difference between 2018, what was the last actually good year for us, and this year's, I mean, this is how the business works. Of course, you have, especially when you have um, machines to sell, you have years where you are almost not able to produce as much machines as the market is demanding. And then you have years where you have global impacts like the trade wars, like Corona, where everybody's saying, okay, I'm going to wait with my investments till next year or whenever because I don't need it right now. Maybe it's still okay for me when I buy the machines in 6 months or in 12 months. And these are the ups and downs in especially our industry, where we have to deal with. And our big target is definitely to be as a company as flexible as possible to to react on these up and downs in the market. I think optimistically, let's stay optimistic. I would say first quarter of 2021. We hopefully will have a normal situation again, and let's hope for the best.